Hey everybody, this is Joe.
And this is Sam.
We are Subterranean Annihilation.
And we are unearthing underground filth.
Hey everybody, Joe Arita here from Subterranean Annihilation here with Brundle Will from Form and Coroner's Report. How you doing, Will?
Doing good.
Good to have you.
How things on your side of the state?
Things over here are as boring, probably, and not much to talk about. It's nice outside, looking from inside out. But how about you?
Same thing going over here.
How are things up in Richmond?
Boring as fuck.
Yeah, I bet.
A whole lot of nothing going on.
Yeah, fucking same, dude. I mean,
Fuck this.
drinking until you sleep.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Ain't a whole lot more to do.
I understand.
I'm using this Modelo box as a stand for my phone, so get them out of there real quick.
It's all good. Do what you gotta do.
All right.
So, I notice all those lovely DVDs in the background. Can you tell me a little bit about your collection?
There's quite a bit there. That's not even all of them. I got my fucking dressers covered in them. I got a whole other thing over here with a bunch of different stuff too.
Holy
Been collecting since I can remember, really.
That's awesome, man. What's like your favorite newest purchase?
Favorite newest purchase? Shit, I haven't bought anything in a while. I got King of the Monsters. That was a pretty cool one.
Nice.
I'm a big Godzilla fan.
Hell yeah.
I'm sure you know this. But you think here. Latest thing I got that was sort of not your average movie. I'd say probably their Totus King and Shram
What
by
are
your Buddy Geek. That's how you say his fucking name.
What are those about?
Death.
Word.
Their Totus King is kind of just a bunch of people succumbing to their suicidal thoughts in a way.
Word.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
One.
Fuck yeah, dude.
You been watching anything cool?
Me personally, I've been watching just a bunch of like stand up, and I found out that Curb Your Enthusiasm is on Amazon Prime, and my wife has Amazon Prime, so I never really got to watch that show because I never had HBO, but I always heard people talking about it, and now I can't stop watching it.
I still haven't seen it at all.
Dude, it's so funny. It's hilarious. I'm a comedy nerd. I know I stray from most metalheads. I do like horror movies, don't get me wrong, but like I don't know.
Comedy's important.
Yeah, I know more about, I don't know. I just watch comedy all the time if I'm not playing music. But that's what I've been watching.
That's like I mean, majority of my collection is horror shit, but most of what I watch is like Godzilla and fucking random mob movies and that kind of stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I just last week watched like the entire Godzilla franchise from beginning to end.
Holy shit. How long did that take you?
It took me I started Monday night and I didn't finish until Friday.
Oh.
And that was all I did. I just woke up and put on Godzilla because it was like, well, just sitting around here doing fucking nothing, playing my guitar. Might as well get caught up on some stuff.
That's awesome.
Refreshed.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
It was fun.
Who was your favorite Godzilla villain?
Favorite villain? Probably Space Godzilla or Biollante.
I haven't heard of either of those.
Oh, man. Have to change that. They're both great.
You gotta send me some links or something, man.
Yeah, if I can find them for sure.
Fuck yeah. When I was a kid, my dad bought me a couple of Godzilla. I think I had a VHS of Godzilla and Mothra. I was either versus Mothra or I think it was versus Mothra. Isn't there one
Hell yeah.
where it's
I
yeah?
still got my first one. This Godzilla versus Megalon and Godzilla versus the Sea Monster 2 VHS pack.
Oh hell
Had
yeah!
this in like sticks.
That's awesome. Fuck yeah, dude. I miss
Kind of
VHSs.
at a yard sale.
Nice. Yeah, man. There's something. It's like tape collectors, but with VHS. I don't know. That's what I grew up with.
Mhm.
Had to rewind the whole thing if you wanted to watch it.
Yep.
But yeah,
No, the
man, that's
VHS,
cool.
there's so many different Godzilla VHS editions too. I've got like 6 different Godzilla versus Megalon VHS because they have different covers and
Hmm.
different editions.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Kind of ridiculous how many editions of Godzilla shit there is.
Well, there's all the Japanese versions and then the American versions, right? Or like the dubbed over ones.
Some of them have one or the other versions. The rest of it is just sort of the same shit, Like the really popular ones, they would like Gojira and 85 and Godzilla versus King Kong had U.S. specific releases. Not sure about any of the other ones, but they added in. They cut in a couple of scenes with American characters to sort of make it, relatable, I guess.
Interesting. Until
Better than remaking it entirely. Like they did with those French films, like the Martyrs and Inside. It's like you don't need to fucking remake that shit. They're perfect as they are.
right. Yeah, I never really understood that. There seems like they're remaking everything. It seems like they literally ran out of ideas, and now they're remaking everything.
Pretty much.
And even the stuff that's new that they're making is just based on something else that had already come out.
Yeah. No, it's all rehashed bullshit.
Yeah, but
Very few original things come out. That's why I enjoy the fucking uh, Marvel Comics universe because it's like, okay, yeah, it's not the greatest movies out there, but hey, it's something new. It's not like, oh, hey, let's just rehash this old shit. It's like, oh, hey,
yeah,
there's action and pretty colors and all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
But it's a
No,
new story.
I agree. Cause what my wife and I did is we hadn't seen, or I guess it was when Endgame had come out, and we hadn't I'd only seen a few here and there, and she'd only seen a few here and there. Oh, you have a cat.
He's screaming at me.
I'll wake this guy up.
Cat dudes.
Yeah. Are you happy to be awake now and on camera, Salem? But anyway, so yeah, we'd seen Endgame, or we hadn't seen Endgame, but it was in theaters, and we were like, let's go through all of them and then watch Endgame. So we took a week and we saw every one of them except for a few of them, and then we saw Endgame. So we were, enthralled. It was fresh in our minds, and it was really good. I mean, I know people shit on it that are actual comic book nerds, and I guess they have a right, but I don't know. I thought they were entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, that's all that matters. Is and that's another thing I like about it. Like you said, going back and watching all the rest of it, things make sense later on in the later movies.
Yeah.
I appreciate that aspect of it.
Yeah, dude. It all tied in together. It was really cool. But, yeah. Did you see Joker? Did you like Joker? If you saw it?
I have not seen that.
Oh my god, dude. It's amazing.
Yeah, I know. I want to see it because I'm a real big Batman fan, but
it hasn't.
I got around to it. I know Batman isn't even involved, but it's just like that whole
he's in it.
Dose of whatever's going on there. Oh, okay. Spoiler alert.
But he's not Batman.
Yeah.
He's not in costume. But dude, yeah, no, I'm not gonna ruin it at all for you. You have to totally experience it. But like, it's honestly my new favorite. Like, for me, Monty Python and the Holy Grail is like always gonna be my absolute favorite movie. Period.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, like no one can change my mind on that shit. But
They'd be wrong to try.
all right. Other than that, like the new Joker movie is my favorite fucking movie. Like it it did such a good. It was so good at like how mental illness is. I don't know how to make that sentence better. I'm gonna try.
That's what
Like
I've
they,
sort of seen about it. Is that it's sort of a statement about mental illness and how it can affect people and like how people treat it these days and that kind of stuff. You know, from an outside perspective of someone
yeah.
seeing someone with a mental illness. You know, that kind of stuff.
Well, that's the cool thing. It was what. That's the cool thing it did is like it let the audience see from the outside what it looks like, but also with with someone with it, it let us kind of empathize with them. Like, holy shit, we go through that. Like, that's how I don't have pathological laughter like Joker does, but
Mm-hmm.
he said some things to his therapist in the movie that I've said word for word to my therapist, and I was like, holy shit, dude, like they know, like they got it. They understand. They're not just taking like a loose like, oh, Joker's crazy. They actually went and like did their fucking research, and I really appreciate it. It was
Oh
really
yeah,
cool.
for sure.
Yeah.
I've heard it's really great. I've been meaning to check it out. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, it's still really expensive because I guess it did really well, but
Yeah, gotta love that shit.
yeah. We actually we watched Jurassic World, the second Jurassic World or whatever it was, last night or the night before. I never seen it. I saw Jurassic World in theaters, but I guess the one that came out after that I hadn't seen until the other night. It was all right. I liked Jurassic World better, but
It made me feel for the dinosaurs. They were getting burned up in the lava. That was
yeah,
how I feel
what a
of it.
sad scene.
It's like, oh, that scene crushed my soul. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, why did you do this to me?
Dude, well, that was my gripe with it was that it was just sad scene after sad scene for like,
Yeah.
and it seemed like it was just like pointless sadness for a long time. That was like, I guess it was a thing about animal rights, which I'm about. Don't get me wrong, but it was like, okay, like you guys are just like driving the point with no plot, and then at the end, I was like, okay, I guess that's makes sense that happened, but. Now there's dinosaurs in the world, and we're all gonna die.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in seeing what the follow up to that's going to be.
Yeah, I hope they do a follow up. I mean, realistically, everybody would be dead. I mean, just think about like, if you really think about it, yeah, velociraptors are terrible for land animals.
They're
And,
terrifying.
and the mesosaur or whatever the water one is like the scariest one to me. But if you think about it, pterodactyls would fuck everything up. Like
Absolutely.
they're as
I was
big
gonna
as
say that.
airplanes and they're hungry and your food and there's nothing stopping them from eating you. What?
You think about the fact that like a big hawk or an owl can scoop up a fucking cat, no problem.
Right.
Pterodactyl would just take us away like it was nothing, you know.
Right. A velociraptor or a T-Rex would have to like come hunt us. But
Yeah.
pterodactyl's like, I'm hungry. There's a human, and just yeah, that would be it.
I chose you today, human.
Yeah. But that's what I've been doing, and I've been writing some music. Have you been writing at all?
Oh yeah, man, every day. Figure if I'm gonna be sitting around here doing nothing, I might as well write some music.
Yeah, same.
I took that whole Facebook riff a day challenge thing, and
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, all right, let me write some riffs. It's gonna be good.
Hell
So
yeah.
I'm hoping to have at least a majority of. We've already got a few things for the next Vorm album ready, but and in the works. But I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna sit here and at least attempt to get the rest of this done, as well as Coroner's Report. We've got about half of an album ready so far, so I was like, well, I'm gonna take this time and crunch out some riffs, and when we can get back together, we'll get shit done quick, have a
Fuck
nice little
yeah.
backlog.
That's awesome, man. I'm looking forward to hearing both of those.
Yeah, I'm hoping to have them both done and recorded by the end of the year. Would be nice.
Hell yeah. I was listening to the Vorm album before I started this, and it's just so it was mixed and mastered so well, and the riffs are just so awesome, and the way you guys composed that album is really really awesome.
Yeah, I was really happy with the final mix on that. We went down to Jam Room in South Carolina and recorded that. We played a couple shows on the way down and a couple on the way back, just to sort of help fund the whole thing.
Hmm.
But we did that in 3 days. We had it recorded and mixed entirely in the 3 days, and then we came back, and the same dude that recorded it offered to master it for us. We were like, fuck it, go ahead. You did a good job with recording, and yeah, he did a great job.
That's
Really, really excited about that. We've got another couple of recordings that we did for a split that's coming up that we haven't really finalized everything for that yet, but we recorded 2 songs recently with a guy in Richmond that sounded really good too. So he's like sort of we've got that guy that we could go to or do down in South Carolina, and they both did phenomenal jobs in my opinion.
that's
But
awesome.
just really focusing on getting this full length done right now so we can have a second release for maybe the beginning of 2021, hopefully.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm looking forward to hearing it. Really looking forward. I'm really looking forward to hearing it, and I think that a lot of bands are going to be putting out really good material in the next year because of this. Like we all have to just sit and like write stuff, and we're not really rushing through it, and we're sitting down and we're honing in like the best riffs for what parts and all
Yeah.
of that, because what else are we doing? So I think a lot of good music is
Um,
about to come out.
Absolutely. I was just talking to somebody the other day about this. I better see a lot of fucking albums at the end of the year with all this time we got right now.
Hmm. Yeah, dude.
And then another thing I'm really excited about with this new Vorm stuff is I've got this one track that I've been working on for months, and it's like 15 plus minutes long. We really haven't even finished it yet, but it's quite an epic track,
Hell yeah.
and I'm really excited to get that finished up and get some vocals to it and record it so I can hear it. But yeah, a lot of cool things going on music right now.
That's good, man. I gotta keep up. You gotta keep up with it, cause otherwise we'll go crazy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Music and this is the only thing keeping me sane.
Right. Music and this doing Subterranean Annihilation is the only thing keeping me sane.
I hear you.
Yeah, I'm glad that Sam and I started doing it, cause I would just be sitting here doing nothing. But now I get to talk to a good friend
Oh yeah.
about good music and good movies.
Raised you well, son.
Oh, what's that?
I raised you well, son.
Oh. That's an inside joke for any listeners. You, 10 years ago, looks like me now, even though we're about the same age.
I used to have glorious long curly locks like you. And we still both have the same shitty beard.
Yeah. Oh, shit. That's funny. Wife had to trim it the other day. I'm constantly picking at it. And,
Yeah.
these two ends get longer than the rest of my beard for some reason. And I'm thinking if she didn't trim it and I just let it grow out, I could braid it and look like the singer for Mudvayne.
Heck yeah.
But I don't think anybody wants
Styling
that
and
except for me.
profiling.
Hey, what?
Styling and profiling.
Yeah. She found a video of them doing the makeup
Okay.
for the. Yeah, she found a video of Mudvayne doing makeup before the Dig music video shoot. And
Mm-hmm.
the guitar player, his face with the black stuff on it, those are
Oh,
Pringles.
with the bugles.
Or, yeah, Bugles. Those are Bugles.
I saw that recently too, and was like, wow, makes this band even more glorious in my opinion.
I can't even be mad. He glued Bugles
Dude,
to
you
his face.
snacks.
Yeah.
I'm about it.
Jesus.
So what do you got going on with music, man? You're always interviewing everyone else. What are you doing right now?
Well, I've been writing a lot of Suffocating Empathy music.
Your black metal thing?
Yeah, my little black metal side project. And I finalized a song yesterday, and I recorded it on my interface with just two guitar tracks and a little solo part. Night Hag's got a full length. We don't have like a time set for recording, but we've got enough songs for a full length, and we're just practicing them when we can. And Cripsest is in the process of writing a full length, and we also have a 4-way split coming out. I don't want to speak on it right now because I'm not sure if it's going to go through or not, but it's with some pretty awesome European gore grind bands. And
I'm in the same boat with that form split, man. We'd love to talk about it, but we want to make sure everything's in line first, you know.
Right. Yeah. No, I totally understand. And also, Night Hag recorded 3 songs for a split last March, not this past March, but the one before that, and it was supposed to come out with this one band, but they recorded a full length instead. And so Sam got a hold of another band, and they said they'd be ready by that September. Fast forward to it's May now, almost, and they still haven't gotten their side ready. So we've been sitting on 3 tracks, which is funny because the intro I used for the previous videos with my cat's face on it, like for the other videos, that song is on that split, and I was like, fuck it, I want to use it because I really like that part. So there's a little preview for everybody that song is on the new Night Hag split, which says, they said that they'd be ready, but now with this pandemic, who knows, you know?
Yeah. Now, that's another thing I'm hoping for because Corners Report has talked to a couple of bands about doing splits. One of them is definitely 100% in. We just got to get shit together for it. But the other one is they're going to need to write some more stuff and, get ready for it. But I'd hopefully like to get those out at some point next year as well, too, because splits are fucking cool.
Yeah, splits are cool. I've only been on one split ever, and it was with a band I was in when I was 18, and we did a split with Archagathis or Archagathis. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name. It's a mincecore band. And I never even got a copy of that split, so I don't even...
Damn.
Yeah. That happens to me a lot, Will. I'm on a lot of stuff, and I don't even get, I don't even think... I think I have a Night Hag tape and maybe a CD somewhere. I had to buy a Night Hag shirt. I had to pay $15 plus shipping for a Night Hag shirt, which is worth it. But
That's weak. Y'all didn't get any of your own to sell?
Well, no, because I think like the deal, and I'm not complaining because Horror Pain Gore Death has treated us extremely well, and they're fucking amazing. I recommend them to anybody, Mike Giuliano and Horror Pain Gore Death. But I mean, it's actually like a good thing. They make their own shirts of our band to sell to people, and like
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's cool. That I think that's cool because that means our shirts are getting out there. But for us, we didn't even make any of ours ourselves, so which we should have. So I just went ahead and bought one off of Horror Pain Gore Death because I was like, I want a Night Hag shirt. And then I wore it once and I was like, well, it's kind of weird me walking around with my own band shirt. So I gave it to the wife and she likes it.
Yeah, I've never had anyone else make merch for me. It's weird.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be a weird process. Just be like, hey, can I get one of my shirts? Like.
Yeah, I know.
I'd like to maybe put that on the wall someday or something.
Yeah. I held off on it. Dude, yeah, I held off on it for like a year because I was like, I shouldn't have to pay for my own shit. Like, I recorded this album, but the more I thought about it, the more I was like, it's just $15. B, it's helping out the guy that's helped us out tremendously. Like, he put us on the map, basically. And C, it's like, I don't know, I gotta have the shirt.
Now, I've got all of my old bands that I've been in, like all their shit. There's just a fucking stack of shirts. It's about almost as tall as I am of just shirts that I've made for my bands or bands that I've played with that I just, wanted to support on the road or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got a whole dresser full of shirts too, and I like go through it constantly, fucking thinning out. Like, here, somebody take these fucking shirts off me. I'm always buying shirts, just giving them away a year later because I never wear it, But I always keep ones from bands that I've played with or bands that I'm in,
Mm-hmm.
Little memento kind of things.
Yeah, I definitely
Maybe
understand.
someday I'll make a quilt or whatever, be a little cool guy with a band shirt tapestry.
That would be cool to hang up on a wall. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about doing a little thing like my sister does a bunch of sewing stuff, giving her all my old band T-shirts. Like, here, make me a fucking quilt or something with all these shirts,
Dude, that would be awesome. Actually, I never thought of that.
That would just be special.
Dude, that's the only place I get shirts from is shows. I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I see like a really crazy one on like Hell's Headbangers or another distribution website, if I come across one that I'm like, I'll never get that shirt anywhere else, I'll order it. But other than that, just shows. Like,
yeah,
I get my shorts and my pants from Walmart, and then my shoes from the Van store every 5 years. I've rocked the same pair of shoes this is my 4th year with them.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, because Vans last forever. And then just band shirts. And I'll grow out of them. Like, they'll shrink so much in the wash that I'll just give them to the wife after they're too small for me. And then get more. I'm up to 2X now, and it's not because I'm chonky. It's because I'm too tall. Like, if I get an XL, it looks like a crop top. Like, you can see the lower half of my stomach. I'm like, shit.
A little bit of that doom gut sticking through.
Yeah, I got the doom gut sticking through if I get the XL. So I need to get the 2X, and it looks like I'm a white rapper, but I'm not showing the gut.
Nah, that's when it comes to shirts, if it's a band shirt, I want to buy it from the band, But I bought a lot of horror movie shirts and just movie shirts in general over the past couple of years. That's pretty much all I wear anymore is movie shirts. Everyone's wearing fucking band shirts these days. No one cares about movies anymore. Or if they do, they don't care enough.
Right. No, I'll say I always see you with movie shirts, and my band members, they're always wearing movie shirts too.
Oh yeah.
Or like crazy ones. Trey likes all those weird German shock movies, and I'll always see him wear the shirts. I'll be like, I mean, that's cool though because nobody else is wearing that.
Mm-hmm.
What shirt are you wearing right now?
I'm wearing it's the Fly.
Oh, of course. I'm an idiot. I could only see the top half. Yeah, that's your signature movie. Huh?
Kind of obsessed with this movie.
Yeah.
It was one that when I was young, like I think it was maybe 13 or 14, my mother showed me The Fly,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been fucking obsessed with the movie since.
Hell yeah. And that's the
Because like I was always watching, horror movies and stuff. We'd go to the fucking Blockbuster or fucking Hollywood Video, and I'd rent, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween, Hellraiser, all your generic shit. She was like, well, me and your dad liked this movie when it came out, and it was pretty much. I'm pretty positive it was my birth year too that The Fly came out. I'm not sure. I think it was '86. I'd have to look into it. Don't take my word on that. But she was like, yeah, me and your dad used to like this movie. Maybe you'd like it too. And I fucking loved it. Like, it's a fantastic film. If you haven't seen it, watch it.
Dude, it's such a good movie. That's awesome. I saw
Also one of the best sequels ever made. Have you seen The Fly 2?
No, I haven't.
Oh, do that. It's one of the best sequels ever.
Really?
It's like one of those sequels, like, we don't even need this fucking sequel, but they're going to give it to us, and it was fucking awesome.
Hell yeah, I need to check that out. I did not know that there was a sequel. Does it have Jeff Goldblum in it?
No. No, he died.
God damn it, I'm an idiot. I didn't think about it. Well, who's in the sequel then?
She blew his brain off real good.
I know, dude. I haven't seen it in a long time, okay? I haven't seen it in a long time.
You remember when, like, they went to the hospital or whatever because she was pregnant with his child?
Yeah, okay.
It's about his child.
Okay. Word.
She wanted the abortion, but she never got the abortion.
I wish there was a way I could edit. I wish there was a way I could edit that part out because now I'm thinking about it and I'm like, why did I ask that? Main character? Same main character? That's my brain was like, same main character? No, he died. That's what The Fly's about. Because the first one I saw was the original. Yeah. Like the help me! That guy at the end.
Vincent Price, yeah.
Yes, that, and I love that one.
He was in all three of the originals. They did The Fly, Return of the Fly, and then, what was it? Curse of the Fly. And those are all pretty good, too.
Only seen the first one.
All three well worth a watch.
Yeah, I need to check those out. I got a lot of movies I need to watch. Because I only seen the original of both. Like the first one of the Jeff Goldblum, who I'm hearing isn't in the second one. It's news to me, man.
Hey, now you know. Knowing is half the battle.
Jesus. Oh. Anywho, wasn't there like a one after that too? Didn't they like remake The Fly again after that?
Not to my knowledge.
No.
I hope not.
I didn't even think of something else.
We'll say remakes get a whole lot of shit talked to them these days, but The Fly and The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, were fucking phenomenal movies and phenomenal remakes.
Oh, really? I haven't seen the newer Thing. I only saw... Oh, the original's the one with Jack Russell, Kurt Russell, right?
No, that's the remake. There was
Really?
one back in the 50s, I want to say. Where's it at? Where's it at? Thing from Another World is
Oh,
what
holy shit.
the one with your boy was about. So yeah, John Carpenter's. That's the remake.
Okay. I could have
And then they
swore.
had that. Then they had that prequel in the early 2000s, which I thought was pretty fucking good. A lot of people talk shit about it, but it's like, what the fuck ever, you know?
That's what I was thinking of. And I didn't see that, so.
No, it's well worth a watch. It's there's a lot more CGI to it, so it's not a lot of actually, I don't think there's any practical effects, but you get more out of the creatures with CGI.
Mhm.
I feel with like seeing them move, because in John Carpenter's thing, they were all stationary. Like every scene, whenever it was a thing monster, they were all stationary. And in the prequel, you get to see them move around and like come. And it sort of gives this whole idea of in like the end of that movie is the dog running out of the camp, leading its way to the John Carpenter, where the fucking Norwegians are coming in trying to shoot the dog, and you're like, why are they trying to shoot the dog? And then you realize it's like, oh, it's not a dog, whatever. But yeah, there was a lot of sort of thing development, if you will, with seeing it interact with humans for the first time and realizing, like, oh, hey, we're smarter than we think. We're smarter than they think we are,
Mhm.
And then sort of in John Carpenter's, it's like a little more lax on, not just coming out like, hey, here I am, here to take over the world.
Cool.
Yeah,
I need to check that
I
out.
recommend checking out.
I need to watch them both back to back. I'm always a fan of a good prequel.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Like back to what we were talking about earlier with fucking sequels and prequels and remakes. I'd much rather see a shitty sequel or prequel than any kind of remake.
Right.
Like I'd rather have more storyline
Yeah.
than them being like, oh, hey, we're going to reimagine it our way and it's going to be prettier because of all this CGI or whatever. It's like, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
Just give us more storyline. That's why people that are complaining about Prometheus and Alien Covenant, it's like, y'all can fuck off. Give me more storyline,
Who
Don't remake something, just add to the story.
who complains about Prometheus? That movie's amazing.
I've seen so many people complain about those movies. It's like, dude, whatever.
Dude, Prometheus is one of my favorite Alien movies. Like, that's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
And the visuals are so sick. It's like you can tell sometimes like this there's CGI that pisses me off because it's unnecessary, and then there's CGI that really enhances the movie.
Yeah.
And that Prometheus, like the crashed ship in Prometheus,
Yep.
from like
Absolutely.
the distance and it like when it was taking off, I was like, dude, that only CGI could make it that epic. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
That's another thing, like with Star Wars, everyone talks so much shit about like the whole Star Wars saga, and it's like, I get it. I get that they erased the story that everyone had known for so long with the EU stuff within the books. But at the same time, it's like Disney took over, whatever. They hit the reset button because there was so many inconsistencies with the story that like they were like, okay, we can either try to follow one of these inconsistencies where
Right.
there's going to be these other things where people were in other places at the same time as they were noted being in here and there, or we can just do our own thing. And I kind of like, I'm sort of on the fence about it. Like, yeah, I would love to some of those things to have been real, like the Yuzon Vog invasion, where like shit tons of people died and all this, that, and the other, and fucking whatever. But I don't hate what they've done with it. I appreciate the fact that they've expanded on the story and they've sort of brought it to a close, you know. Whereas it wasn't just like, oh yeah, Luke's the chosen one. Let's leave it at that at the end of Return of the Jedi. Like, no,
Yeah.
prove to us that he's the chosen one. Like, no, he didn't just defeat the Emperor and fucking, you know, sway Darth Vader away from the dark side. Like, no, there's more to it, you know.
Right.
And I appreciate that. Like I said,
Well,
more story over remakes, but at the same time, I'm kind of contradicting myself with saying the Star Wars stuff is good because it is, in a way, a remake of the old story, you know?
You've got me on, like, dude, you opened up Pandora's box. I have a lot of views about Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. Sounds like you are too, because a lot of people don't know about the stuff that you just talked about. Here's the thing with me, and without trying to get too deep into it, because I could go on a rant, but
Yeah, we all can.
my thing is, it's like when you chopped off the head of the Lucas canon, you let it bleed out. There's no more Lucas canon. Everything, all the books, all the expanded universe, everything I held true to actual Star Wars, that is in its box over here. All it's over here. Disney canon is just fun. Like, I don't like a good chunk of it, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't even see whatever the new one was called.
Rise of Skywalker.
I guess. Well, yeah, I guess if that's the newest one. I didn't see it. Because, alright, Force Awakens to me was garbage. It's fucking trash. It was just, like, cash grab. And then they did Rogue One, and I was like, okay, you got my interest. Because
Rogue One was fucking amazing.
Dude, Rogue One was awesome. Because
I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. That is my favorite Star Wars movie.
Really?
It was so perfect. Like, just the way they executed everything.
Yeah.
Like, where it was the whole build up to that, and especially at like the end when it goes that one ship, like Vader's trying to invade the ship that has Leia on it that goes with the information, and no, it was perfect.
It was.
Fucking love it.
Oh man, that end scene was the best. And then
The only time on film we get to see Darth Vader be the fucking ruthless motherfucker that he is.
I know.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great. We got a visual of that scene instead of just hearing the sounds.
Yeah, hearing how ruthless he had been in the past.
Right.
You know, like, no, it was like, he really was that way.
Yeah, dude. That was so cool. But, and then
Solo was pretty garbage. Not gonna lie.
I liked it. I liked Solo.
Didn't hate it, but it was just, like, unnecessary. You know?
Oh, it was completely unnecessary, but I went along with the ride.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just cool to see the Kessel Run visualized, I guess.
They actually, that's one thing I appreciate about Disney, is because the Kessel Run had always been this sort of skepticism with how it actually went down.
Mm-hmm.
But Disney, in one of the comics, actually showed you how that happened. Like, and I've been since Disney took over, I've got pretty much all of the fucking Star Wars canon shit. I've got a shit ton of the comics, nearly all the novels. But that was one thing I appreciated, that they sort of really explained and made it and finalized, like, how the Kessel Run worked and how he did it in 12 parsecs opposed to the, was it 14 or 15 parsecs that it's supposed to take, you know. And yes, that is a measure of distance, not a measure of time.
Right.
And, like, people that's where people always get it confused. It's like, oh, it's a measure of time, not a measure of distance, not a measure of time. It's like, yeah, exactly. But he folded space time using a fucking black hole,
Right.
Like,
Yeah. So that was cool. I like that. And I think the guy that played Lando, I know his name is
oh yeah, Arnold
Childish.
Glover.
Yeah. Donald
Yeah,
Glover did a great job.
he was perfect. He
Yeah.
was perfect by far. He was my favorite part about the movie.
Yeah,
That
me
and the
too.
fact that they brought Darth Maul back into it, or they showed a little bit about what Darth Maul was doing.
I know, because a lot of people don't know that wasn't the end of Darth Maul.
Oh yeah.
A lot
No,
of people, yeah.
that's another thing I loved about the Clone Wars series and the Rebels series is that Darth Maul was a big factor in those.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
people.
I don't know. Have you seen those at all?
I bits and pieces. I don't want to speak too much on it because I haven't seen like a whole series or anything, but I have seen like select episodes here and there, and I will say that like it wasn't just a kids show. If you were really a Star Wars nerd, that was a good show to watch.
They started as sort of kid shows, and then they were like, "Oh wait, adults like this too. Let's add in some more serious shit." I feel,
Hmm.
because like I fucking love the Clone Wars, and I've been watching the shit on uh the Disney Plus lately that they've been doing the Clone Wars series. Actually, I need to catch up. I haven't seen the one from last week, but um, I've loved what they're doing with that. Especially they brought back another character that I really liked from the Clone Wars show, and Rebels. I thought was fantastic. That was one of the best things Disney's done for Star Wars, in my opinion. As well as I thought the Mandalorian was really fucking good.
Yeah, I
I'm
want to
really
get this.
excited to
I want to
see.
get.
I'm real excited to see the follow up to that, and especially the fact that Yoda's species is a big deal in it, and I want them to go there and give us the fucking name of that goddamn species, because that's one thing about the Star Wars universe, they've never named that species.
No.
And that's one thing I'm hoping that comes to fruition from this series is actually finally giving a name to the species, even if even if it's something dumb,
Right.
just having a name.
Right. Yeah, and they never had named the galaxy. It's just the galaxy.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah,
not.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another good point. Like the galaxy has really never been named. It's just the galaxy.
Just the galaxy and Yoda species. So there's two classifications that are open ended.
Yep.
And also, I want to get Disney Plus just for The Mandalorian because I've seen a few episodes and I'm like, God damn it, like I need to watch it. But what I was gonna say is, I used to play this GameCube game, Bounty Hunter, and the main villain was Asajj Ventress, and I know
Oh
she
yeah,
she played a big
she's
part.
great.
Yeah, she played a big part in the Clone Wars series, so that was cool.
One of my favorite Disney canon books was about her. I can't remember the name of the book. I'd have to look on the shelf, but she was she was the main character of the book, and it talked about like her and like her dealings with the separatists and all that kind of shit, and like leading up to her death. And yeah, that was a really really good book.
Interesting. I haven't read a lot of. Well, I mean, I haven't read a lot of the expanded universe. All the expanded universe though has been of Lucas canon. Like I read the Darth Bane series.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
you know, about him and how he had a lot to do with the Thousand Years' War before Episode One, and then or like he was the last Sith before Episode One, and they were like the Sith hasn't been around for 1,000 years. They were talking about Darth Bane, and then I've read like this huge encyclopedia called Jedi versus Sith, where it's like the chronology of the whole thing. How Jedi's used to use samurais and or samurai swords, katanas, and then they went to battery pack lightsabers, and then up until the crystals that they use. So yeah, Huge Star Wars nerd.
Yeah, no, that was all the crystals involved is some cool shit too. Like, especially with the lightsabers. Like looking at like going back to the Clone Wars and seeing those episodes where they go into finding the kyber crystal that powers the lightsabers and that kind of shit. And the fact that like in Rogue One, where they were mining kyber crystals to power the Death Star kind of shit. You know, like that shit's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Dorky as shit. I love it.
Dude. I can't help it, man. Music, comedy, and Star Wars. I just can't get enough of that shit. That's why, like, I try not to let the Disney canon ruin it for me. Because it is fun. Like, The Last Jedi, I loved. I teared up in the fucking movie theater at that movie. But, like...
See, if you like that, I'd say you'd probably like The Rise of Skywalker. Or at least what it has to give to the story, you know?
And I probably will. And I just need time to, like, ease into watching it. Like, I just feel so strongly about those movies that I just can't jump in with a bag of popcorn like, oh, let's just see what this has to offer. I have to, like, mentally prepare myself to be like, okay. Like, put up your defenses. Yeah.
I feel you.
But thank you, Will, for shooting the shit with me.
Absolutely.
It was fun. Keep writing the riffs. Can't wait to hear the new Vorm and the Coroner's Report. And yeah, man. Send me a list of movies I have to check out.
We can talk about that whenever.
All
I'll
right.
give you a whole list.
Cool. All right, man. Have a good day.
Easy, man.